The following program is produced by the Tech Talk Radio Network.
Hi, this is Adrienne Barbeau. You're listening to Tech Talk Radio, and you're going to learn a lot.
Welcome to another episode of Tech Talk Radio. I'm Andy Taylor.
I'm Shawn DeWeerd.
And happy to be here. The first show of the new year, 2026, of course.
And boy, has a lot happened in the last couple days. Stranger Things has ended. We're into a new year. And the rumor is that Stranger Things has a secret episode.
Wait, really? How would you find a secret episode of this thing?
Hold on. So,
okay.
Just like Caitlin and I, we finished the last episode a couple nights ago. And right before the show, we were recording. I jumped into Discord with some friends, was talking, and they're like, "Oh, Shawn's here. We can tell him about the potential secret episode." And I was like, "What are you talking about?" They're like, "Have you not been on the internet at all today?" Apparently, people have not been happy with the way the show ended.
Right. It's weird. It was when most shows go away, they usually have kind of bad endings. There's only been a few that have been good.
So, conspiracy theorists for the show went through the final episode with a fine-tooth comb and found all these little subtle hints that are saying that there's an alternate ending episode coming or a new, real, or true ending episode coming, and it's supposed to drop on the 7th.
Oh, so it would be out by now. So, yeah.
It'd be out by now, but so we don't know. There could be a rumored secret final episode for Stranger Things if you believe all the hype and the conspiracy theories and all that stuff, but I don't. I really liked the last episode. I'm in the minority on those who liked the episode the way it ended.
Right.
But it was good.
Now, with them ending the show, is there any? I haven't seen it, and without spoilers, is there any way that it could make a comeback at some point in the future? They could. They're already talking spin-offs, right?
Yeah, there's spin-offs. For those of you who haven't watched the show, this might be minor spoilers. So hopefully,
all right,
plug your ears.
There you go.
But the teacher that they get hooked up with early, and the AV teacher, and then Murray from the episode, they both get nicknames in the final season.
Okay.
Murray is Bald Eagle because he's got bald head and stuff, and then the teacher is Snookums. It's funny. You have to watch it to understand.
All right.
But everybody wants a spin-off called Snookums and Bald Eagle.
That would be good. I like it. That would work.
So, I mean, there could be other spin-offs and who knows what, but I think it's going to end in a good place. I think it'll be done. And
now they're doing some Broadway stage play with the characters of Stranger Things. I don't know if you've seen the ads for it.
I have not seen that.
Yeah, and they're trying to sell tickets. I've seen ads saying see the stage play, inspired by Stranger Things, and it has that weird kind of feeling about it. I was wondering, would you go to see a stage play based on that?
Caitlin would probably want to go, but I do like stage plays, so maybe, I don't know. I think it ran its course, right? It started in 2016, and I just think it's kind of lost its allure for me. I'm glad it's over. It ended well, I think.
That's interesting. Well, if you find out anything about a secret episode, which they've done stuff like this before, haven't they? Where if you wanted to see something, you could enter a certain key, a command on your remote control, and that would allow you. I know that allows you to sometimes find, if you like a genre of science fiction or horror or comedies, you could do that. And they're just like little secrets. It's like the secret menu at, In-N-Out Burger you have for Netflix, which is kind of cool.
I don't know. We'll see. But just Google it. It's everywhere. It's on a lot of blogs, and it's kind of all over the internet right now. So,
well, we haven't talked to you since before Christmas. We have had a couple of best of shows that we shared, which were kind of cool. And now officially we're in our 30th year of Tech Talk Radio being on the broadcast airwaves, which is amazing. So that's kind of cool.
Do you want me to age you right now?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
So if this is your 30th year,
that
means I was 9 when you started the show.
Oh, and you would have been great on the show 30 years ago. I think that would have been.
I mean, so I shared with Andy and Justin a video over Christmas.
Right.
And it's a video. My mom and dad were very big on recording home videos and stuff. And this was a Christmas from 1991, I think.
Yeah.
So I was 4.
Yep.
And it was the year that Super Mario Brothers 3 came out.
Oh, wow.
And my brother, he got it as the gift, but and I'll share it and you can put it on the blog, but it's a video of my brother unwrapping Super Mario Bros. 3, getting super excited about it, and then him handing it to me, and in my high-pitched 4-year-old voice is like screaming about Super Mario Brothers because I was just loved Super Mario Brothers as a kid. So definitely could have had some good insight as a 9-year-old on the show.
That was actually really cool to see. I want to say the night before that you sent that video over, Gloria and I were talking about how, our kids are grown up now, and we experience Christmas through the grandkid, and he was sick over the Christmas holiday, so we didn't get to see him. So it was like we were talking about how we kind of missed that whole thing with the kids growing up, me sitting on a couch still asleep because I've been wrapping presents all night. And then, the kids would open something and I would ask Gloria, where'd you buy that? Where'd you get that? Where'd you find that one at? And it was kind of cool to experience that in your video when you sent that. It was, and seeing you, a little Shawn at there opening the presents, getting your turtle socks. That was
the Ninja Turtle slippers.
Yes.
Yep, those are big.
So how about this Christmas? How was it for you? I mean, did you have fun? We shared a list. Did you get any of that?
Oh, yeah. I got a couple things, right? I mean, I got the analog 3D. I bought that for myself.
Yeah.
I did not get the controller, so I bought that for myself after Christmas.
Right.
Because Caitlin ended up getting me a Consola Retro. It's a handheld device that basically has a bunch of ROMs on it.
Oh, I think I've seen that. Yeah. I've seen that advertised.
It's a handheld device. It can play pretty much any up to PlayStation 2 games on it. It's got joysticks on it and stuff.
Now, it comes with a whole bunch of ROMs, or do you have to go out and find them?
It came with a whole bunch of ROMs,
So how's the quality on that? Because I've seen that advertised.
It's great,
and I thought that was kind of cool, and maybe I'd want one. But...
yeah, it's great. I mean, I've been playing some old Game Boy games on it that I played growing up. I played a couple PlayStation games on there. I wouldn't want to do joysticks on that, if you're doing dual thumb joysticks on it, it's not super fun to play. But the Super Mario, the Super Nintendo games, the NES games, the Atari games on there are fun. So
right, it's funny because this happened to me. So I told you guys when you were talking about getting the analog 3D, which is pretty cool. I went into GameStop and I asked them, "Are you guys going to be getting the analog 3D?" And they said, no, they're not going to be carrying that, which is a shame. The reason I went in is when you guys were talking about that, you and Justin, I decided I was going to go ahead and find the Nintendo Wii and get that see if I could get it going again. And it'd been sitting in the closet for a long time. So I opened the closet, pulled the Wii out. I found a controller. I opened it, and there were batteries in it. The thing had not been used for years. And there was that caked on stuff. So I just sat there, spent about an hour just scraping away and that whole bit. Hooked up the Nintendo Wii. Well, I tried to hook it up. There's no way to hook it up to a current television. And I was like, oh, man. So I had to go and buy a connector that would basically, it bridges. So the video yellow, red, and white audio, left and right, then can be turned into HDMI, which is kind of cool. It was about $13. So that's why I went to GameStop and I bought it there. And I got home and I was all excited and I've powered up and there I could see the menu. And I had my one controller and I could hit A, but I couldn't hit any other buttons. Couldn't make it do anything. And I was like, but I want to scroll there to that window that says Super Mario Brothers. I want to play it. Right. And no matter what I did, I couldn't do it. So I thought, okay, it's probably that controller. It got really messed up with the batteries being in it for that long. So I went back to GameStop. They didn't have any. They said, go to Bookman's. So Bookman's, I don't know if you're not familiar with Bookman's. They're a local Tucson shop that has...
It's probably like half-price books for us.
They sell half-price books. They sell games. They sell hardware. They sell music equipment. They have all kinds of stuff in there. Matter of fact, I saw a comic book they had on their shelf. It was the first one to introduce Batwoman. It was $700 for this comic book. So they sell, hard to find stuff. So I went back and I looked, and they had a Wii section. They had a Nintendo Wii that was ready to go for $110. And then they had controllers, $25. So I thought, well, luckily, over the years, I have traded stuff in. You take books, they give you a credit. You take games, they give you a credit. You get hardware, they give you a credit. And I had I want to say almost $150 in store credit. And this is from 12 years ago, and they accepted it. So I ended up getting my controller. I came home, popped the batteries in it, and it did the same thing. It wouldn't work. I was so disappointed. I wanted to play Mario. And so I go online, I'm asking, the home assistant, what can I do? Why isn't it working? And it said, make sure you have the sensor bar properly fixed above the television. I'm like, sensor bar? What the heck?
You never plugged up the sensor.
I'm like, what's a sensor bar? So I go online, I'm looking and I go, oh, I've seen that thing. Where is that thing? And I'm digging through the closet. I go in the garage. I have a storage facility. I go there. I'm looking. I couldn't find it. I was so disappointed. So the next day.
Back to Bookman's.
No, well, I thought, no. So the next day, I'm going through stuff, and I had to find a cassette. And I'm looking for the cassette. And wouldn't you know, right next to the cassette is the sensor bar. So I go, I find the sensor bar. I plug it in, and sure enough, there I've got access. I start playing Super Mario, and it was so much fun. But after a while, I was thinking, these graphics are really terrible. So yeah, not as exciting.
I played a lot of the Analog 3D over Christmas break.
Yeah.
I have blisters on my thumbs. I'm not joking. I have calluses and blisters now on the inside of my thumbs.
Gamers' headaches. Yeah.
From because I played. So I played through a ton of Mario Kart 64. I unlocked nearly everything in that game because I just was playing it every night for a couple hours. I was just into it.
Right.
And I've got a decent amount of time into Ocarina of Time, playing through that again after
How was it?
years of
How was
not
it
playing through it.
Playing on the Analog 3D N64 emulator? Was it fun?
Yeah, it looks so good. Even hooked up to my projector, it looked good. Hooked up to my monitor here I've got it hooked up right now. I just moved this desk today.
Yeah.
So for those of you watching, you're going to notice that the background is different in my view. I'm in a different part of the basement.
First thing I said to Shawn is, "What's going on?"
Yeah. So I got to work out the lighting a little bit and change a couple things around, but it looks better. The nostalgia is it feels and looks like you were playing it and remembering it as it should have been, not what it truly is.
Right.
Right. Like, oh, these graphics were amazing, and like now you look at it, you go, these graphics aren't that great, but it plays really, really well on the Analog 3D. All of the games I have now are really good, and I think I'm up to 9 games now.
I'm wondering though, Shawn, I have an Xbox. I had this Nintendo Wii. I remember having, the Dreamcast and all that, but I became a PC gamer. I became somebody that is used to mouse and keyboard. Mm-hmm. Is there a way to play like Super Mario Brothers on a mouse and keyboard?
If you get an emulator and play it on your PC, you can keybind, your 4 arrow buttons in A, B.
Right.
And do it that way. But there are very select games for the Super Nintendo and the 64 they actually used a mouse.
Really?
Yeah.
Ooh.
There's a Mario Paint game that used a mouse.
Right.
So if you're looking for that specific piece of hardware, good luck. Platformers really weren't designed to be played on keyboard mouse.
Yeah.
So it's hard to do that. They're truly designed for single joystick or dual joystick controls. So,
did you get any of the free games this past holiday from Epic or Steam? They were giving away tons of games. Matter of fact, Epic's still doing it. You can go to Epic's website and you could download a free game. And it might be a game that you might like. It may be a game you've never heard of, or it might be a game you used to have a lot of fun with. So if you got a new PC or you got a new laptop, you can actually go on to Epic and you can download these games for free. You create an account and then you could do that. And it doesn't cost you anything to create an account. But what's nice about it, if you see a game that's on there, and that's a thing, we don't have the physical media anymore, you can download the game. and you could play that.
I'll have to look and see. I'm on their website right now, but I don't see any of the free versions. There's a lot of sales.
Yeah, if you have to on Epics, you have to scroll down, and then you'll see the free.
I'll look
games.
for it and bring it back up. But
yeah,
no, I mean, I honestly, outside of playing some Diablo 2 with some friends during break, I really just kind of stuck to playing the classics. Really got right back into it. I mean, my free time was spent playing Mario Kart, or Ocarina of Time. I mean, and then it just brought back truly playing those games that I found joy in playing when I was younger. I've been replaying. So Ocarina of Time was the one that I really wanted to get through, but I have already put in about 25 hours into Suikoden, which was a PlayStation platformer.
Right.
JRPG from back in the early 2000s, late 90s.
Yeah.
So I'm just back into good storytelling, good games, good action.
I told Gloria, I said, one of the games that I loved playing was Donkey Kong, the original Donkey Kong. Mm-hmm. I used to go to the arcade. My girlfriend at the time worked at Penny's in the Bueno Park Mall, and we had an arcade in there. And while I would go to pick her up from work, and I'd have an hour to kill. And a handful of quarters, well, a whole bunch of quarters. And I would play Donkey Kong constantly. Had so much fun with that game. And I told her, I said, gosh, I wish I could play, Donkey Kong, but I don't see that anywhere. And she said, we were at Best Buy once, and they had the stand-up for that one. The actual arcade stand-up that's put out by, I have one of the stand-ups with Galaga and stuff. She said, you should just get that. I'm thinking, wait, are you saying I could spend the money and buy another stand-up game? Which I might end up doing, because Donkey Kong was a blast. That would be fun.
I mean, so I have a friend who owns a barcade back home in my hometown. And when he opened up, you could go in and get $20, spend $20 and get $25 worth of tokens.
Right.
And my friend Shane and I spent $20 playing through he had the 4-player X-Men cabinet.
Right.
And we just blew all of our money playing through the X-Men. It was so much fun. My favorite arcade, I have two.
Yeah.
My two favorite arcade cabinets are Ivan Stewart's Iron Man.
Right.
The truck racing one.
Okay.
And then the Turtles in Time cabinet with the 4-player Turtles in Time cabinet.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Which was the Ninja Turtles in Time cabinet. Anytime I found that, I would absolutely just blow my entire allowance or whatever money my parents gave me to buy gifts for, and just blow it on Turtles in Time, because that's probably one of my all-time favorite games to play with my brothers was Turtles in Time. A
friend of mine, Mark Wallace, was an animator and layout artist. This guy is so talented. We used to hang out, before video games. And if you saw the movie Ghostbusters, do you remember the scene where Sigourney Weaver's sitting in the chair and the two arms come up and grab her? He designed that. He also created a chicken with a human head that never made it in the film, but it's on the best of, or not the best of, the DVD extras reel, which is cool. We always said, Mark, nobody's going to ever see that. And sure enough, it came out and it had his name on the artwork. He actually worked, I want to say it was Don Bluth, I think. Remember Dragon's Lair? That was a great stand-up arcade game. It was a little more expensive than playing Miss Pac-Man or whatever, or Centipede, but it was kind of cool because you moved left and it would flash, and then you moved right. He helped us do some of the artwork in that one, and that was a great stand-up. I wouldn't mind having one of those too, and I think that one might be available somewhere.
That's cool.
Yeah. All right. Big announcements, of course, from CES. You sent me something today saying, "Did you see this?" And it's from Elgato. And if you've ever used Elgato products, for those that want to do podcasting or video streaming, Elgato makes all kinds of products to make it easier. I think the first thing I remember from Elgato was, the little switch boxes, the Stream Deck. And then you saw them going into lighting, cameras, keyboards, the whole bit. And now they've put something out which kind of combines all of it.
Yeah, so it's called the Galleon 100 SD.
All right.
It's $350.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like a 10 keyless keyboard, but the 10 key is replaced with 12 button Stream Deck with an LCD display and 2 knobs.
So what, for our listeners who don't know, maybe they've been thinking about getting into this, what would a Stream Deck do for them if they wanted to do a podcast or video cast?
What do you want to control? You can tie it into home automation. You can tie it into scene control with OBS. You can tie it into switcher control with my A10 Mini. You can tie it into lighting. You can tie it into changing camera angles, changing scenes, changing web browsers, loading your email, hotkeys, volume.
Right.
I mean, there's no limit with the Stream Deck, especially if you tie it. So you have Stream Deck, which is its own hardware and software solution.
Mm-hmm.
There is a free software that you can also get called BitFocus Companion, which ties in a lot more professional broadcast related software that can tie in professional broadcast equipment into a Stream Deck, which is, we use them pretty extensively at the university. So
could you essentially, so say you use OBS Studio and you have Stream Deck and you have button 1 could be one camera, button 2 could be a second camera, but button 3 combining button 1 and 2 into a 2-shot? Could you set that up?
So that gets tricky, right? So it all depends on how you capture them, right? So this is where things get tricky with cameras and inputs devices, right? Because if you have, so like my 2 cameras are coming into my A10 Mini, I could picture them in the A10 Mini and have the A10 Mini do that, but I can't have OBS bring in both cameras because it's being used by the A10 Mini. But if I had a separate HDMI capture card and had both coming in as 2 separate sources, then yes, I could build and design 2 boxes, 3 boxes, 4 boxes, splits, quads, whatever, using custom keys and hotkeys in Stream Deck. It's got an OBS native plugin, so it ties in directly with your OBS. It's super easy to set up.
Wow.
I mean, I have it set up on mine that I can go to my left screen, A10 Mini. Oh, no, I screwed it up. Of course I did.
All we got was a black screen. I'm looking.
Now we have a black screen. Yeah, so it must not be. Oh, you know what? Because
right,
I don't have my second Ethernet cable run to my new box.
Ah,
so
there you go.
I screwed on my.
Well, this,
OBS.
if you remember when Matt redid his studio, it took a little while to work the bugs out. So, which is exactly what you're doing.
Yeah, so new setup, and I haven't really workflowed my whole setup because I just finished putting it back together today and vacuumed the basement and all stuff. So,
but this
haven't had a chance to completely.
This Elgato keyboard though could really help in many ways. It could give you productivity, but also enable you to do stuff.
So think of it like this, right? You're playing a video game. You're not hand a keyboard on your mouse, and you have a break. You could just, instead of having to go and reach up, my Stream Deck is underneath my monitor, so I'm reaching up here to touch my Stream Deck. I now could just have it right next to my hand and not have to look down. Or if you are looking down, but it's got, like I said, it's got 2 knobs on the top. It's got an LCD readout, so you can have it set up to do whatever you want, plus 12 buttons. So mine currently has 15, so it's 3 less, but you can go to a new page. You can do all sorts of stuff. So
pretty cool stuff. You can find that on their website, Elgato. Just look them up, ELGATO, which means the cat. We got to take a quick break. We come back. We have a couple of listener questions we will share with you. Some great comments on the last show that we did where we talked about, do you turn your computer off at night? So we'll cover some of those. I'm Andy Taylor.
I'm Shawn DeWeerd. Like and subscribe to us on your favorite podcasting platform of choice. And find us on the web at TechtalkRadio.com. We'll be right back.
And now, back to Tech Talk Radio.
During the break, we discussed a couple listener questions, and Andy felt fit that I was the right guy to do this because I have done this.
Yes, well,
we've talked about it.
Yeah.
This should just be my catchphrase for the show. We've talked about this on the show before. Because I say that all the time. We've talked about this on the show before. I've talked about this on the show before.
When it comes to digitizing, we're talking photos, we're talking film. You've done film, negatives, and VHS.
Yeah, I've done 8mm, Super 8, High 8 tapes, Mini DV, VHS, Betamax.
I need to figure out how to do Mini DV. I got so many Mini DVs laying around, but I don't have a Mini DV player.
I have a Mini DV deck.
Right.
That will do it.
They have
it's FireWire and all that stuff, so it's pretty old. But
yeah, I was thinking of just getting a camera fixed. People sell cameras for $200-$300, but I don't know.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
Anyways, so the listener question is in the line of VHS tapes.
All right.
Scott from Palm Springs wrote in and said, I found a bunch of VHS tapes and I want to digitize them, but I want to do it myself. I thought one of those kits, but my friend said he would lend me his, but I want it to look good. I saw an RGB capture card on Amazon. Is that better than this kit from ULEAD? He didn't link it to us, so I'm not sure what that is. I'll have to find it. But you want to make sure that it's a USB, like it'll be an RCA, it'd be, yellow, red, white to USB capture card. You want to make sure it's going to come with some sort of software. Now, you can go to Blackmagic and get their Studio Express software for free to capture.
Really?
If you're on Mac or Windows. Or you can capture within Final Cut itself, typically. But you got to be careful because those are usually going to be ProRes or higher.
Right.
So it's going to eat up a lot of storage. You're looking for something that's going to capture into a compressed format like H.264 or H.265. I brought mine in HDMI. So the device I have takes RCA composite in to HDMI out, and will actually upscale it to 720p. So it takes it from 525i to 720p. That's good. It did okay. Right. It was okay for what it was. But you're going to want to find one that has a software capture that won't just do ProRes or some sort of raw format that you're going to just eat up a ton of storage. I will recommend, this is going to be like down the rabbit hole for a lot of people, but it has a lot of resources for people that don't want to jump all the way down the rabbit hole, but want to get to a certain level. Right. There's a subreddit called VHS Decode, which is a group of hardware hackers that are actually hardware hacking their VHS players to capture the true RF output of the VHS players instead of actually taking the video output. So it's actually taking the RF signal as it's being translated from the tape before it gets converted back to video. Oh. But the wiki on the sidebar has a lot of help for people that are like, hey, I found this subreddit. I don't know how to do all this stuff, but here's devices you can buy that will do what you need to do. So, Shawn, what do you think about this? There's different software companies out there now that are using artificial intelligence, AI, just like we could do with Gemini, or to have it fix photos, which, I've had fun experiencing. There are some that will say that they can take video that is 480 and really clean it up and make it 720 looking. I mean, is it worth doing something like that, or does it depend on the video itself? It depends on the video itself. All it's doing is interpolating frames and blending it and smoothing it out and making it look good. It's up to you. If it's important to you, I would say don't do AI if you don't want it to change what you're capturing. But again, I'm a little bit of an AI naysayer. So you can buy an RCA to HDMI device and either use a capture card like an Elgato 4K capture card or some other cheap HDMI to USB, and then use OBS to capture it. If you're technically savvy, you can use plethora of other options, but it's relatively inexpensive to do it yourself. The downside is it's real time, right? Oh, yeah. There's no getting around that, right? There's no way of getting around the concept of if you have 10 hours of content, you're watching 10 hours of content, right? There's no way around that. Trust me. I went through hundreds of hours of content when I did my family stuff. I mean, hundreds of hours of tapes, mini DV, high 8, super 8, 8mm, super 8mm, 16mm. It's very rewarding. I've been told by a lot of my family members that not a lot of people would spend the time to do it. Yeah. Because it's time consuming. That's the biggest complaint, the biggest frustration for capturing analog media is that it's time consuming. Yeah. So again, you can pay somebody to do it. You can get a shoebox, tape it up, send it in, you get a file back, or you get Legacy Box, I think is one we've talked about on the show before. Right. And a couple other options that are out there. I think Scan My Photos by Mitch, who's been on the show a few times. Yep. I think they do that too. So that's pretty cool. So, but if you want to do it yourself, I mean, ULEAD does have a kit. I know Diamond used to have a kit, which I think I may even have one of those laying around. You have a DVD. Hopefully you have a VHS deck, a VCR. If it has that, RGB output on it. Don't forget, they even have the ones where you could play the video and record onto a DVD. You could do that too if you wanted to, but again, then you're onto another physical format, right? You're not digital. You are you're technically digital at that point, right? But you're not to a point where you could put it on the web or do that unless you ripped it from the DVD after that point. But then now you're on a third generation and you're compressed and then you're uncompressed. You're going from analog to MPEG 2 back to an different.
By that time, people give up. Yeah.
Yeah.
A couple hours in. Yeah.
By that time, people give up, or the quality has just gotten so bad because you're compressing and uncompressing so many times. But just go on Amazon, find a kit that you think is going to work, spend a couple of dollars, and give it a rip.
Yeah. And give it a try. Let us know how that goes, Scott, because that would be kind of cool. That would be neat to see. We had some comments, and I wanted to share with you. And we're available on YouTube. We're available on TikTok. We're available on Reels, Facebook, of course. And we talked about shutting down your computers at night. And it generated some interest. You know, you're going to be way longer than a couple of hours. You know, what is your process? And your comment was that, you know, pretty much you do. But then again, you have a Plex server that you leave on. We had some comments like from a guy named Fungus. It's a great name. Said, my Plex computer has been turned on for 6 years. Now, is that possible? I mean,
oh, why not? So, yeah, it's all 100% is possible. Unless you have a power outage, you move it, you unplug it. There's nothing stopping a computer from being on as long as the electrons are flowing.
Another comment from Thomas said, I only shut down my PC because of the RGB, and it's in my bedroom. Yeah, that's the thing with these new gaming towers. They end up lighting up the world. And you're trying to sleep, you got that RGB light going on. It says my Raspberry Pi is always on, though, that you don't really have a reason to turn those off.
Outside of keeping them cool, right? If you have it on and it's hot, it's in a bad environment, and it's just going to get heat. Heat's what kills electronics, right?
Right.
Unless you're in a really awful environment, high moisture environment, keeping your PC on, it's not going to kill it. You're just going to, if it's idle, you can buy devices that will check your idle power and see how much you're drawing, right? If you're worried about your electrical bill.
All right.
But for the most part, computers, when they're idle, don't draw that much power unless you have something crazy, you're mining Bitcoin or, you know, doing something weird in the background. It's going to be fine. To reiterate what we talked about before, I shut my computer down every night, my PC.
Yeah, same here.
It's been a habit from the dawn of time for me when your computer actually told you it was safe to turn your machine off.
One here I wanted to share. Soldier First Class said, I have. You know, I've had a few power supplies go bad on my Plex servers. I have a scheduled task that shuts it down at midnight every night. So I just hit the power button, then has another scheduled task to start the Plex service on startup as well. Now, for our listeners who don't know, what is Plex service? What does that mean?
Plex is a media platform that you can download and install on a computer, host your own media on it, and then stream that media across your network. It's basically a server. This is something that took me a long time when I was younger. I was like, oh my gosh, a server. It's this. You immediately think data center, tons of power, tons of fans, right?
Right.
No, it could run on a Raspberry Pi. It can run on your Mac Mini. It can run on an old laptop. It can run whatever. It runs on Linux, Windows, Mac, ARM, right? It runs on all these platforms. You install it. You point it to the media on your hard drive that's attached to that computer. You say organized by movie, TV show, whatever. You download the app on your phone. You go download the Plex app on your desktop for Mac, Windows, or Linux, and you're off to the races watching the content from your computer, whether it's upstairs, your bedroom, on the road, etc., because you can tie it in. You open the ports on your router, and it can see the outside world and stuff. I don't recommend doing that.
You have your favorite movies. You can have your favorite movies. You don't have to worry about Netflix pulling them off. If you've bought the DVDs, you could rip them, put them on your Plex server, and be able to watch them anytime you want. If you're traveling or you're at work, makes it nice.
Yeah. So the way I do it, right, is I have a Plex server here at home. I've got a 4 terabyte hard drive that is full of my movies, my Blu-rays, my DVDs, my home videos, TV shows that I've got copies of, right? Music, etc. Yeah, etc.
And I think Plex is also doing now photos. You can upload your photos. So if you want to have a photo library from your smartphone, you could actually upload that to your Plex server.
Yeah, so then all your media lives at home, meaning if you have an internet outage, but your router and everything is still connected, you can still stream the media from your Plex server. So what I did was I took a 2 terabyte USB drive and a Raspberry Pi and a TP-Link Nano router plugged into a 12-volt car battery, plugged into my camper. So then when we're on the road traveling, I have access to my mini Plex server that I can then stream the YouTube videos that I've downloaded for the boys, movies, TV shows, etc. That way when we're traveling, if we don't have access to internet, can't stream something, I can just fire up my Raspberry Pi and this little mini Wi-Fi router, connect my phone to it, and watch movies in our camper or while we're driving or etc. So
it's not that expensive, is it?
depends on what you do.
Yeah.
I recommend doing the lifetime pass, the Plex pass. It's a one-time fee. It's like, I think it's close to $200 now, but then it's lifetime. Jellyfin and MB are free.
Oh yeah, Jellyfin, yeah.
Which Jellyfin and MB are two other, and Cody's another one. Those ones I'm fairly certain are free. I might not.
Right.
I don't want to say free for sure.
Yeah.
Just check them out. I mean, that's all I can tell you is just go play with them, have fun, download Plex, put your media on it, rip your DVDs.
Yeah.
Handbrake is the program of choice for DVDs. Make MKV is the platform of choice for Blu-rays. Rip and have fun.
Yeah.
Go buy a 4 terabyte hard drive and just dump your media onto it.
Now, I know some people will take their Plex and they will not have it hosted on their computer. They'll plug it right into their router. Is that a good idea?
Well, sure. I mean, that's how I have it here, right? I've got a tower in the back room in a rack that's wired into the router.
Right.
That's how I do it.
Yeah.
Now, you have local sharing, but then if you're out and about and you want to watch something on your Plex server off your phone, you can enable your Plex server to reach out to the outside world and stream from your home through the public internet to your device. I don't recommend doing that.
No.
There's too many bad actors out there looking for vulnerabilities. And, unless you're keeping up to date on your security and you're updating the server every time you get a security patch, it's just not worth the risk, in my opinion. For what I need to watch, I'll just watch something on Netflix or Amazon and deal with the ads, like if I'm out and about. But,
Right.
because you got to remember, right? You remember what happened with LastPass?
Yeah.
LastPass got hacked, right? Because one of their developers was running a unpatched Plex server that got compromised, and they got in and were able to get in and see all this. They sat on a system for a period of time and then were able to access. So don't leave things unpatched. If you're going to do that, be vigilant and have a security plan and take care of that.
All right, sounds good. We're going to take another quick break. We come back. We have another listener question that we will share with you coming up, and a couple of cool announcements. I've got a couple of gadgets I want to show you to see what you think about it. We haven't talked about those yet. That's coming up with Tech Talk Radio. I'm Andy Taylor.
I'm Shawn DeWeerd. Find us on YouTube at Tech Talk Radio, and give us a like and subscribe. Smash that button.
Smash that button.
Now, back to Tech Talk Radio.
During the break, I did confirm that if you just want to watch your own media on your own server, on your own network, it is free.
All right, Plex. All right.
Plex.
Plex.tv is our website.
Yeah, Plex.tv. If you want to extend it to remote viewing, to review outside of your home, add a slew of extra features, you either pay monthly or you buy the Plex Pass.
Right.
So you guys can look that up on your own. I'm not going to go into it. There's a slew of features that you get with Plex Pass or the monthly payment. But
right,
check it out. But I highly recommend just playing with it.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. If you have the videos that you've got over the years that you went ahead and encoded, just give it a try and see what you think about it. Originally my son wanted to watch stuff and my daughter wanted to watch stuff that, oh, hey, can I see mom and dad's, wedding video, or I could see that again? Oh yeah, I'll put it on Plex, and there you go. Then you could share it that way.
Well, that's how. I mean, I have all my family stuff on my Plex server also. Right. Because at one point I did have it open when I was first doing all my scanning and stuff, so that people could see it and watch the videos without having to host them to YouTube and
that's cool.
Export every single one, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So.
Actually, here's a good question. You just mentioned it, so I got to ask. Somebody asked, they've never been on YouTube. They want to create a YouTube page. How hard is that?
Never been on YouTube?
Never been on YouTube as a creator.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, how have you existed? How have you existed since the year 2004?
They've seen videos,
being on YouTube?
But now they want to have their own channel. How hard is that? Is that? I mean, we were one of the waybacks, so I forget.
If you have a Google account, you already have a YouTube channel.
All right. So just get in your Google account.
You have to go in. I think it makes you create a username. Mm-hmm. But if you have a video that's ready to go, you just go to youtube.com, click on create content. It's like in the upper right-hand corner, it looks like a little camera. Upload video, you're done.
They even have a new thing called YouTube Creator, which you could put on your smartphone and you can create cool videos out of photos or just something quick. I think the ingestion right now of long form media is good, but short form media is what people are watching right now. You know, if they're scrolling, that's the big thing.
I've been sucked into YouTube Shorts lately.
Oh yeah, there's some good ones.
It's bad.
Yeah,
and it's fun. It's funny when, you know, Caitlin and I will be at home and the boys are asleep and we're just kind of doom scrolling on our phones before we go to bed. And Caitlin will be just watching over my shoulder or sitting there. She goes, "That is such a Shawn stream. Like you're every short you go, all right, there's a soldering video. Oh, there's a video game video. Oh, there's tech talk. Oh,
Yeah.
there's another analog video game something.
Right.
Oh, there's a photography one. Oh, there's a dirt bike one. It's like it's such a catered thing to me.
yeah,
Because I when I do my streams, right, you can really control what you see.
yeah,
A lot of people will just swipe. You know, they just swipe to the next thing,
Yeah.
right? If you don't like a video or you don't want to see more of it, thumb it down.
really. It'll never show
If you
again.
like it, if you like it, give it a thumbs up. It
Yeah.
will aggregate for you based on what you're telling it you like. And
Oh.
you'll start seeing more of the content you thumb up and less of the content you thumb down.
Okay, thumb
It's
us up,
crazy.
please.
Yeah, thumb us up. Give us but even the content, like the people that you're subscribed to, you might not like a video they did, and
Yeah.
you can thumb it down, and you'll get less content from them in that theme.
Right.
And it's crazy how quickly you
Okay.
can adjust your own algorithm.
So for anybody thinking maybe they got in late to the game, because it's the discussion I had with this gentleman that wants to do a YouTube. If you're thinking you got in late to the game and you're thinking I can't create content to compete now, you know, find your niche, find your audience, which you can do, and they will keep coming back. Just be true to your audience. They will come back. I found out something today that shocked me. You have kids. You're familiar with it, I'm sure. Ryan's World. Have you ever seen Ryan's World? Okay.
Maybe I'm gonna
All right.
look because that doesn't sound familiar.
Ryan's World is a kid named Ryan who has a I think 2 sisters, and then his mom and dad. They're very young family, and they create content. And sometimes the content is just them playing around with filters or playing games or going on a trip somewhere or learning this. And they're very it's bright situations. It's, you know, the home is nice and the people are nice. They have fun. And my grandson loves watching Ryan's World. Matter of fact, he'll come in on a Monday. He's dropped off Monday mornings. And, you know, Grandpa will be on TV doing my segment at Fox. And I'll say, well, I want to see my segment if I did one from home. And he'll say, you could tape it. He wants to watch Ryan's World. He don't want to watch Grandpa on TV. But I did some searching today, and I was talking about that because we were watching it today, Ryan's World. And I said to Gloria, I go, do you think you could do that? You know, have fun on the camera like that, playing with filters and the kids having a good time? She said, yeah, probably doesn't pay enough. I looked it up. Shawn, this family, Ryan's World, $35 million a year is what they're making for these videos. But not just the videos. They've created a brand with Ryan's World. They sell shirts. They sell toys. They've come into partner agreements on, you know, cameras, toys, artwork, photos. It's amazing. So it's never too late. If somebody's thinking, I really want to do this, I have this idea, you know, give it a shot and see. Let it grow.
They have 40 million subscribers.
Yeah. And
40.2 million subscribers.
Right.
That's 40.1 million more than we have.
we're slowly growing, and it's funny. We'll
slowly
grow,
growing.
and then
we are coming for your market share.
and then I will see somebody dropped off. They're not subscribed anymore. It's just the way it works. So
Yeah, at this point, we lose like 10% when somebody leaves.
yeah, when somebody leaves, it's like, oh man, you had to leave us. But this Ryan's World family, though, I mean, $35 million a year, and again, they just did it smart, and it's not too late. If you look at Mrs. Rachel, same thing. You know, Miss Rachel makes a ton of money as well. So
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, it's hard to tell somebody that you can make it big on the internet, but because there's so much, right? You got to be creative. You got to break the mold. You got to get lucky. It's not easy work.
Well, no. Yeah, I'm sure
it's a
work all the
full-time
time.
job. I mean,
Somebody's
it's
editing
more than a
these.
full-time
Yeah.
job, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
All right, here's a question from Antonio in Sahuarita. Love your show, guys, but I'm having a dilemma. I have been told to clean out my garage, or else my wife says or else. There you go. Just ended with that. My wife says it's time to get rid of all my towers and keyboards and a few ViewSonic CRTs. So what do I do?
Here's my address. Here's Andy's address.
Send it all to us.
Bring it to him.
Yeah. Is there a proper
We'll
way?
point it out.
Is there a proper way to
Yeah,
dispose
so
of all this?
there is a proper way, right? So here in the beautiful brisk Midwest,
Right.
St. Joe County has a hazardous waste and electronic disposal. You just show up with a truckload of stuff. They bring out a cart. You dump it in there.
Right.
They ask you if you want a receipt. You say sure. They give you a receipt.
Okay.
I'm hard pressed to tell somebody to just go in and throw it away
Yeah.
because I want to know what's in it.
Yeah, I would say if you're going to get rid of the towers, make sure those hard drives are pulled out. Put those aside.
Well,
they
yes.
don't take up
Correct,
that
yeah.
much space, right?
Pull the hard drives, drill through them if you're just looking to get rid of them, beat them up, smash them with a hammer, whatever. Take them apart, take the magnets out.
Be careful,
destroy
that
the
stuff will
platters.
fly off, though. I've been hitting the head
yes.
with a magnet. It's not good.
Yes,
That's
the
my
magnets, the magnets
excuse.
are very strong.
Yes.
But I would just Google your county plus hazardous waste or electronic disposal, and most municipalities have a free service that you can just show up and drop off electronics.
The Computer Technology Association also has greener gadgets, I believe .org. If you go there, they will tell you, depending on where your zip code is, they will tell you where you may be able to dispose some of this. Sometimes they want a few bucks for the disposal. Other times you may find people who are just companies that are just taking it in and completely recycling it. So greener gadgets.
You can also just post it on Facebook Marketplace or let it go or whatever and say free.
Yeah.
And you'd be surprised how many people come and pick up other people's junk for free to part it out or to resell it or to use it for their own personal gain, whatever.
Antonio, we feel your pain, though.
We do. I mean,
been
you
there.
remember when I had my friend's uncle who passed, who was a computer hoarder, and I ended up getting hundreds of towers. Like we ended up going through hundreds of towers.
Wow.
You don't remember? You remember all that, right?
I
went
only
through all
thought
that?
it was like 4 or 5 towers that you got.
No, in total, I helped him probably salvage 150 towers.
Oh, my Lord. Wow.
Yeah, because of it was. I mean, he had a whole entire house full of computer stuff.
I'm thinking
Crazy.
of doing, I know I have, and Antonio, I don't know if you want to do this. I have a couple of half 932 cases, the big gigantic ones. I was thinking, I've got old boards sitting around, popping a board in there, installing, a Linux OS on there, and selling it. A working computer, power supply's in it, still good. It's, not the best at like a 250 or a 300. Just selling it. Working Linux computer. Somebody may want to get into Linux and pay, $100 for this. So why not? That might be, Antonio, you may look at doing something like that. That might work.
Or ship it to me.
Ship it to Shawn. All right, we got to show you a couple of things, a couple of tech gadgets that I wanted to show with you. This is kind of cool. Do you remember having your old iPod?
Yes.
All right, this is a media player. It's very small. This is from Ennio Asus, and what it does is it plays. You could have it play Spotify Kids. You could have it play, your music off a SD card that could be inserted on the side, or it has small storage on there. You could hook it up to your PC and you could transfer it. Has a headphone jack on it as well. You could Bluetooth it to Bluetooth headphones, and you want to carry around a media player, but you maybe don't want to carry around your phone, or you want to listen to music on this, not on your phone. This is kind of a cool thing. It'll also play videos. So
I mean, it looks just like an iPhone 4.
It does. It's almost the same size. It's got a bright screen. So if you want to watch a movie, you watch it like this. It's kind of cool. And I'm showing it on our video, which you can check after you subscribe at YouTube, Tech Talk Radio. but to play Apple Music, Tidal, has all those services. The thing is, you don't load a bunch of junk on it. You know, you don't have to worry. So if you want to give it to the kids to listen to music, they can do that. And it's actually a pretty cool, smart looking device. It's not that expensive. You can find them for about $50 or $60. Then the other, before we take a break, EasyQuest. You've seen their products.
Oh, yeah. We've talked about them. Yep.
I found a new one. It has actual an Ethernet port on it. So if you want to bridge an Ethernet connection, you could do that. It has USB-C, USB-A, even has HDMI out. So you can hook it to an HDMI monitor easily, connects via USB-C. EasyQuest, they're calling their new devices the Maseratis of hubs. These are really great, and they're solid. You carry them around. I'd say take a look at EasyQuest if you get a chance to do that. So
nice.
Good stuff. All right, take a quick break. We come back with more of Tech Talk Radio. I'm Andy Taylor.
I'm Shawn DeWeerd. Give us a call. Send us a question. We'll read it on the air, and then you can watch it back on YouTube. But give us a like on your favorite podcasting platform and help us grow the show.
And now, back to Tech Talk Radio.
This is Danny Trejo, and you're listening to Tech Talk Radio. And you better keep listening or I'll come looking for you.
All right, so we're talking about, what year were you born, Shawn, if you don't mind? Is that okay?
1986.
All right, so if you were a kid of the 90s, there are some things you probably never forgot. All right, let's see how many of these
This is going to be right on my alley.
Yeah, let's see how many of these you remember. The sound of a dial-up internet connection.
I'm not going to make that sound, but yes, 100% I can do that.
Recording songs off the radio.
100%.
Oh, yeah.
Record play.
Yeah,
Record.
it's like DJ, shush up, and then hit play record as soon as that song starts.
Yes, I actually could go right now and grab a cassette that has recorded. Like I have all my cassettes that I still have from recording it off the tape like that.
There's actually a friend of mine. Then I got into radio in my late 20s, but I used to listen to him on the radio. Craig Powers. He's the guy who told me go to this broadcasting school. When I said, "Hey, how do I do that?" and I went. I actually found a recording of Craig Powers at KZY in Anaheim, and I told him I found it. He's like, "Send it to me," because a lot of us DJs we didn't keep a lot of that stuff, and it was kind of cool. Yep. All right, here's another one. I remember this. Calling the movie theater for showtimes.
Or the inside of the first page of the paper.
Yeah, they would have it in there. TV Guide. TV Guide was your best friend. I loved the TV Guide.
Didn't have cable, so no. I mean, friends that had cable, sure. The scrolling guide was the most amazing thing ever. Or if you had Dish.
No, I would actually. I would go to I would go to Ralph's and I would buy the TV Guide. And I would open it, and they would tell you what was on, when it was on, that whole bit.
Our paper had the TV Guide in it.
Okay. How about this? Actually going outside to find your friends. You didn't get on your phone and text them. You actually went outside.
Yes. And I usually rode my dirt bike to their house.
Memorizing phone numbers. How about this one?
Yes. So to this day,
right.
I still remember my parents' home phone number.
Right.
Both my parents' cell phone number, Caitlin's cell phone number, and one or two of my friends' home phone numbers that no longer exist.
Back then, we couldn't do that. Back in the 90s, we didn't have a device. You had to remember everything.
Yep.
You didn't carry a Rolodex around with you unless you were, total geek. Let's see, the excitement of getting actual mail. That was.
Oh, I still send real mail to people.
Yeah. I like getting mail.
Postcards. Every time we travel, we send postcards.
How about this one? Playing in fast food restaurant playgrounds for hours. The ball pit, the slide, the whole bit.
And they were probably disgusting.
Yeah. Blockbuster runs on Friday nights. Friday night
Family Video. Yeah. Family Video was the one for us.
Got to get a video. And then here's the other one, using actual encyclopedias for homework.
One of the first things that we ever had for our computer was Encyclopedia Britannica.
You didn't have the books?
We had the books too. We got the Macromedia Flash Encyclopedia Britannica, or they had like 12 CDs, and you could interactively go through the entire encyclopedia.
We used to have a thing in the radio station. It was a book all about musical artists and like gold records, and when you wanted to mention something about the artist, you'd have to flip through pages and pages and pages of stuff, and so you had to plan. Okay, what song am I playing here? It's different now in radio. Now you have Wikipedia, so you could quickly look it up. you know,
Yeah.
and over the time you remember some of that stuff, but as I'm getting older, I mess it up once in a while. But either way,
Yeah.
it was kind of cool. But if you were a kid in the 90s, those are some things you probably
Here's one.
never forgot.
I can add one to this.
What is it?
Knowing how to read the Dewey Decimal System.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You went to the card catalog alphabetically, and then it gave you a 4-digit number with a period, and
Yep.
then another number, and then a period, and then another number. I don't remember what it all means.
But you knew how to use it. There you go. Hopefully you know how to use the internet. You can find us on the web, techtalkradio.com. Thank you for listening. I think we're going to go over a lot of the cool tech stuff next week on the show. Hopefully Justin will be back.
We're going to do we'll do a full review of CES next week on the show.
All right. We'll be back with more of Tech Talk Radio next week. Find us on the web. Look for our videos, techtalkradio.com. I'm Andy Taylor.
I'm Shawn DeWeerd. Have a great week.